The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
What's the day? Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday! Looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is 90 degrees. The high will be 91. The low will be 74.
He is Shannon. That is Nate. Back with us after his pumping escapades yesterday. Kurt, 2 Pump Daniels in
Let's
the back.
go.
In the back is Chris Beam, keeping us live and local. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People
Feel.
Yes, sir.
when we speak. Hey, ladies. Hey.
Brought to you each and every show by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Oh, yeah, wings.
Jesse's hollering at the tour group going by.
Yeah, they smiling when they see me. Easy on the eyes.
Yeah. Got my green pants on today, baby.
Hey, jumping over there. Jumping drawers. Fellas, how are we? We good?
So the question we have is, is Kurt doing all right?
Jesse, I need you to focus. We'll give Jesse a minute. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Nate.
go ahead, Jesse. You see that blonde there, boy. Look at him. Yeah.
That ain't my cup of tea, but hey,
Yeah.
it's all good.
Hey, Baskin Robbins got 31 flavors.
You know what I'm saying?
So with the
Not
3
for
pumps,
everybody.
man, do you what type of wipes you use?
Oh, God. Support our sponsor.
Kurt heard one of our sponsors on the way into work today and got caught off guard.
I was caught off guard.
We didn't realize.
Like I use that. Wow.
I didn't realize that was. We don't ever hear the stuff in the break. So
No.
apparently,
It's every break.
go ahead, Kurt. We have a sponsor that's.
Dude wipes. It's
Yeah.
an interesting.
And what were they
pitch
saying? Don't be a hole to your b-hole.
there. Yeah.
It's kind of like
We need to hear that. We need to hear that when it plays in our ears in the
Yeah.
break, Chris. I didn't know that was a.
and don't make a song, Chris, please.
That sounds awesome. You got plenty of credits, Chris. Go ahead, make it. All right, we got to watch some film, huh? You guys get to break down the Bears' offense. So Jesse, yesterday before the show, we were in the back, and you said you felt really sorry
Yep.
for a particular person.
Yeah. So, like, I'm a football fan, like, at the core, right? And this game has changed my life. And I'm so thankful to be able to cover this game and to talk about this game and to get paid to do it. But I just love the game of football. And the thing about when you get a chance to watch film, as you're preparing, as I'm preparing for this show and my other shows, and I'm watching different teams, defenses and offenses, I'll come across players. Like, I come across Fred Warner, and I don't even care if I'm preparing for that team. I stop and I watch Fred Warner.
Kind of like the Shawshank Redemption. If
Like,
it's on, you stop watching.
If I'm preparing for a team and let's just say, said team's offense, and they happen to play the Niners, and I ain't even watching the Niners. Fred Warner's there. I'm watching a couple clips of Fred Warner because he's just great at football. He's one of the best linebackers to ever do it. I stop and I watch. If I'm watching, whoever, and DJ Moore. DJ Moore is a guy who I'm just a fan of DJ Moore. And I feel sorry for guys like DJ Moore because no matter where DJ Moore goes, it just doesn't lead to success. Like, he was in Carolina. Now he's in Chicago, and I hope that, Ben Johnson, I'm biased, that's my teammate at Carolina. I hope that Ben Johnson can turn that program around.
Oh, y'all were teammates?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we were teammates at Carolina. But I stop and I watch DJ Moore, and I'm just like, damn, he's so good. And he doesn't get enough credit as being one of the best all-around route runners, wide receivers, tough catch getters. Like, he's just a dog. He's one of those dudes I just enjoy watching. I just enjoy watching the man play football. When Aaron Donald was roaming around, I just stop down, and whenever I'm watching, if Aaron Donald's is in the clip, I'm going to watch him for, 10 plays just to see greatness.
Don't take that long.
You know what I mean? Like, just to like. So there's certain players that I go and I watch, and I'm just like, man, what if DJ Moore? I want DJ Moore. I don't know if I can't say that now, but when he was going through his free agency stuff like that, I wanted DJ Moore to be a Dallas Cowboy. I did. I want him to be here, but I just feel bad. I just feel bad because you have those really good players, and they'll be in this league and they'll do great things, and they'll never sniff the opportunity because of it. Of what their situation is. But DJ Moore, man, if you guys are film watchers, just pop on the tape and just focus in on DJ Moore for about 8 to 12 plays, and you'll just see how good of a player he really is.
Nate, do you have guys like that you just
Number
are
99.
fans of them?
And most of mine are defensive players. You give me just great defensive tackles. Like I can watch Keith Jones is his name. If I got that right. The kid for the
Chiefs.
Chris
Jones.
Chris Jones. I can watch him all day. I can watch Sexy Deck all day. And that dude, I know y'all hate the Eagles, but every time I turn on the film, it's defense first, and it's going to be number 98. Who is trying to stop that? It's just because I used to be a defensive tackle. Mm-hmm. And lo and behold, my coach got mad at me and threw me on offense, but it's cool.
Worked out for you.
Yeah,
3 Super Bowls later.
Yeah, I love you to death, coach. Yeah, but that's what I got affinity for some. They about like toes, Jesse. Defensive tackle, they about like toes, bro.
Boy, you got an appreciation for him.
Yes, lady toes.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
Do you like defensive guys because you understand because you were trying to block those guys, or because you're defensive minded?
I was defensive minded, and I value those guys overall. These guys are game changers to me. Like Fred Warner is a game changer. Everybody you named has the ability,
right,
a capability to be a game changer. Every guy that I look at and be like, wow, they are game changers. I don't look at anybody. And you don't either.
Right.
From what you're telling me.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna go out of my way and stop down to watch somebody I don't really care.
No,
There's a select few. I'm like, oh, they played the Niners. I'm going to watch that Niners film. 'Cause I'm like, I want to see.
How did he fare?
I just want to see Fred Warner. I want to see Fred Warner, fill a gap. I want to see Fred Warner cover the tight end up the seam. I want to see Fred Warner run to the sideline. I want to see him do it all because he does it all.
And you know what the knock was on Brother Fred coming out? Why he wasn't drafted higher?
Why?
Oh, I wonder can he tackle in the NFL? That was the question. Oh, I wonder can he really? Is he going to be physical in the NFL? Okay,
But you feel sorry for DJ Moore? Is
I
that
do.
because he don't have a quarterback that
so-
can get him the ball constantly.
So
It's been that way for a while for old DJ.
Is he a threat this weekend?
Sure.
Yeah.
You better guard him.
Slip up.
You better guard him. If you thought Wandale was a problem, you don't guard DJ Moore. He'll hit you in the head for 200 now, for real.
And
So we got another. If DJ Moore hits,
No, it's gonna be someone else.
okay, all right.
Say that
he's
tomorrow.
already ready. He's ready.
Ready.
He's ready this week. Yeah. We were talking in the back, Jesse, before we got on the air about Caleb Williams, and you said he was really, really good for a half of football. Does he? Let's talk short term with obviously us playing him this week. Does he have potential? Like if he puts it all together, you're in trouble, right?
For sure.
For a whole game, like he has the tools to be that good, right?
Yes.
Mobility, arm,
Everything.
it's just the mental part.
If you line Caleb Williams up, like this is, and I'm willing to argue with anyone about it. Mm-hmm. If you line Caleb Williams up, and we're just talking about pure arm talent, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Herbert, you can put Caleb Williams in that conversation.
Really?
How big is he? How big is he?
He's probably about 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", I think.
Because I
that guy's
promise
on
you, when he stands in the
6'1",
pocket,
226.
Yeah.
when he stands in the pocket, he stands like he's 6'5".
He looks big. Yeah.
Yeah, he
tall.
stands like he can play the position, man.
If we're talking about arm talent, now that doesn't mean sometimes you got to have this match with this for it to work
Arm talent means being able to make all the throws, right?
on any platform. On any platform. If I'll argue anybody down with that, Arm talent, you put him up there in the conversation with those other dudes.
Okay, I'm sure you'll have to argue with some folks because they some people probably take
Fine with me.
exception to that. on
Fine with me.
Twitter.
And I'll
What's his name?
just,
At Nate_Newton.
yeah. I'll pull up any throw you
I
want
ain't
me.
finna argue with
Like,
you.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
But
know.
now, does he put it all together? And since we're talking about the Bears offensively, Ben Johnson, the head coach and offensive coordinator / offensive coordinator, they're trying to break old habits of Ben Johnson, of Caleb Williams. Caleb developed a lot of bad habits in college. Last year when Matt Eberflus was the head coach, and you can look up all the things that was said from both sides. Caleb Williams was saying they didn't teach me how to watch film. They didn't teach me how to do X, Y, and Z. And they didn't, Matt Eberflus is a defensive coach, so I'm sure he wasn't too involved in what they were doing offensively. So the bad habits continued, which means, not reading your progressions properly, not being able to identify defenses properly, getting rid of the ball, understanding sometimes throwing the ball out of bounds is the best play for you, and that you don't have to try to make this Superman play. And I think when I watched, because I watched the first quarter and half of the second half of the Minnesota game, because the first quarter, Caleb Williams looked like the old habits had died. But I was actually watching that game in person, and I remember watching it, and in the second half of that game, Brian Flores, the Minnesota defensive coordinator, he went into his bag, and he had Caleb Williams all jacked up. And you saw the old habits come back, and it cost the Bears that game. And then I watched the Detroit game, which was fun to watch because if I wanted to, I could have just left the tape running the whole time, and I went from the Bears offense, and then when they punted or turned it over, I just stayed and watched the Detroit offense because it's the same thing.
Right.
It's the same thing. Like I
Better players executing on the other side.
It's just guys who have been doing it for 3-4 years to the other guys who ain't quite just figured it out just yet. And I will say, you see the progressive steps of getting better, but you do see him crash out. And that's the part where they're trying to kind of like, hey, how can we take a quarter, 2 quarters, extend that to 4 quarters? Now, again, he got better. I know the score in Detroit didn't look like it, but you can watch the progression from game 1 to game 2. He's getting better. Now, I'm hoping that there isn't a big jump from game 2 to game 3.
He doesn't get better this week.
He doesn't get better this week, but you see the progression is there, but there's a lot of bad habits from Caleb Williams that they have to break. Ben Johnson in that offense has to break. But when he's right, and the next segment I can get more into what they do offensively. If you give him a chance to, he will cook you. He will cook you if you give him a chance.
And so when we go into that next segment, and we're gonna want you to discuss what his running really does when he do it the right way and the correct way.
Yeah, and where do you kind of put him? Arm strength, you've already said it, but athletically, mobility, scrambling ability, what kind of guy are we looking at compared to some of the other guys in the league? We'll talk about that and more when we come back. The second segment of Hanging with the Boys. Be right back.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. All right, back to the Bears and Caleb Williams specifically. Jesse, tell us, you talked about his arm strength in the first segment. Tell us mobility, and are they going to run RPOs? Are they not? And then mobile-wise, what kind of guys do you compare him to in the league? What are we going to see on this?
Nate wanted to add something.
Just remember we talked about off air. And I wanted to say this as you was putting it, but you was putting it down so sweet. I just wanted to listen. The habit that this kid is trying to break and the coach is trying to help him started in Pop Warner, where he has always been the best player and probably always in the top 3 as an athlete. So, Chris said off air, where he single-handedly saw where they played Arizona in college and he threw him in and out of games thanks to his arm. When you can run around and make great throws, and you've done it on Pop Warner, middle school, high school, you get in college, and it's basically the same thing. Now you get into a structured situation. First 15 plays, you look like, you're cold as ice. Then the second 16, coming into the middle of the second quarter, things start to unravel because you go back to your old self. And I think that's what Jesse is saying. But go ahead on, my friend.
Yeah,
breaking it down.
Athletically, you look at Caleb Williams, and I told you, if we just did arm talent alone, I put him in the conversation with the best arm throwers in the league. He's in that conversation, right? Like he can do that. And athletically, he's like Lamar's here. Like we leave Lamar.
Thank you.
We leave Lamar.
Thank you.
We put Lamar up
Lamar's
here.
like the Aaron Donald quarterback.
We just put that over there, right?
We watch extra film on him.
Yeah. You put Lamar over there, and you leave him over there, and you don't let people join that club.
Thank
because
you.
They're just not that, right?
Right.
They aren't. They aren't that in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
But then I look at, I would say, if I had to put him in a category of athleticism, I put him slightly above what you see from a Patrick. I put him above Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, you do.
Below Josh Allen. I just think Josh Allen's a more physical runner. Like when he goes to scramble. But Caleb is elusive. He will. A lot of what he does is the flip of the coin, because he will, man. And Nate understands this. As an offensive lineman, I know what the protection is. I know what the route is. I know what the run play is, or whatever, what have you. But specifically when it comes to the passing, I know what it is. And this is going to be a 3-step drop or a 5-step drop. And we're not half rolling. We're not full rolling. We're not bootlegging. So I'm blocking a certain way. Well, Caleb will abandon the pocket before he has to. And now Nate's like, wait, hold on. No, I was blocking him outside. You don't run out. So now Nate's blocking him outside, and Caleb takes off outside, and he's off the block. So Nate gets a hold in, or the guy is off for a sack because you abandon the pocket. Nate's like, I'm supposed to keep the pocket clean. I'm blocking to keep the pocket clean, but you're so athletically minded that you break containment. And now you run into a sack. So I've seen him on film, spin out of a sack and spin into a sack. And you're just like, if you just stay right here. But that's the thing is, and I've said this, we joke about it, but I'll be dead serious. If I'm a receiver, Give me the white quarterback who ain't running nowhere. Because I don't want you to start thinking about your athleticism. I want your sole focus on being that I got to deliver this ball to this man because I can't do it. I don't need you thinking you can do it. As a receiver, that's just me being selfishly as a selfish diva. That sometimes Caleb wants to be Superman. And I think that's even a term that they used with him. It's just, hey, be Clark Kent until I need you to be Superman. He's the opposite. He wants to leap over, a tall building and outrun locomotives. When he's like, hey, just throw the ball right there. And that's what you see that Ben Johnson is trying to work with him. And I think that's where some of when we get into like how this offense works, what I was watching this, what I dubbed it as was, and Nate, please feel free to jump in whenever you want. They want to go nickel, dime, dollar. Nickel, dime, dollar. That's how Ben Johnson's offense works. Nickel, dime, dollar.
Say that fast 10 times.
Explain.
Nickel, dime, dollar.
So they focus on short routes.
The nickel part of this thing is, and I tweeted this a couple days ago, is if Trevon Diggs is healthy, I know he's dealing with a little sickness that I don't know what he actually had, but he's dealing with some sickness.
Burns.
I don't know.
I'm just asking.
Whoa.
I just asked, man. Ain't no Baylor open.
Wow.
Got a Grazer burn unit.
Wow. A&D ointment. Put it on there. But Trevon, Reddy Stewart, Kyer Elam, whoever's going to be in that cornerback mix, be ready to tackle the flats. If you're not ready to tackle the flats, this is not a game for you. Especially if Eberflus is going to consistently play that zone like he's been doing the last 2 weeks, 100% zone, 97% zone. And if you're doing cover 4, you're talking about those DBs lifting up, playing that quarters all the way down the field. That's the nickel part of this offense. And when you watch the Minnesota game, it was all about the nickels, right? Just dumping it down to the back right there in the flat. Swift or a tight end, Komet, Loveland, just getting the ball out quick. The running back kind of, faking the handoff, getting through the middle of the line, turning back, making himself available right over the center. Right? He's dumping it down to him. Tight end is dumping it down to them. And so that's the nickel part of this offense. And that's one of the things that they want to kind of get you with early in the game. So now
works best against the zone defense. Right?
100%, Kurt. That's when it works best against the zone defense.
Listen to the show.
Absolutely. Right? And then now the dime part of this offense for the Bears is when you look at Caleb's spray chart, his spray passing chart, you look at the way that the Lions run offense. Think the hash, right? Those ticky mark numbers in the middle of the field. That's where a lot of their offense happens in the passing game. From the hash marks to 5 yards outside the hash marks. And it's basically down the middle of the field. So they run these routes where they'll start in bunch formations, condensed splits. They're not spreading you out wide. They're condensed splits. They'll do a lot of 12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. And then now what they're doing is they're making you keep your outside leverage. And on the release, they're switch releasing. So they're hoping that you mess up count. Who was number 1 at the snap of the ball ain't number 1 receiver or pass catcher after the snap of the ball. So they're hoping the communication is off. They're then spreading you out, and then they want to run routes. So now, because I run at you and you already have outside leverage, you keep outside leverage. I go up the field, and now I'm coming back in. You're out of the play if you're on the outside. So now I take those linebackers who you want dropping and those safeties who you want dropping further. I have to find those windows in between there. I run in routes, I run digs, I run seam routes, I run crossers, and that's what they do.
Which if your defense has problems with linebacker play and communication, that's probably not the offense you want to face.
So this is, and then what ends up happening is, so the dime part of this offense, tight ends, option routes right there, 10 yards, 12 yards, right? A little bit of hook routes right there, boom, 8 to 10 yards. That's the dime portion. So what happens now? Well, you've been hitting me with nickels, you've been hitting me with dimes. Now the safeties are like, well, this is what they've been doing. I start cheating up. I start now looking at that and saying, oh, they're coming in this dig route. I'm going to get it here.
I'm glad our safeties don't let anybody get behind them. We won't have that problem.
And here's the dollar part. Here's the money part. Because once you start cheating up, if Caleb Williams has time.
To that number 15.
That's when it comes over top of your Roma Dunza, right? So this is how they want to operate. They want to go nickel, dime, dollar. They're going to run the ball on the edges
Suck you
with
in,
Swift.
confuse you,
Boom.
bang. Kind of like last week.
And why this works so well, because in Detroit, Jared Goff was able to read through this. This is the part that Caleb Williams is having difficulty with, is being patient enough in the pocket. Don't run, because now when you spin out, what with the window that was now here, if you spin out right, that window's not there anymore. Now guys have to turn back and, the scramble drill. What made Goff so good was his anticipation, his timing, his patience. If Caleb can get to that point, he'll be a really good quarterback. He's not there right now. And we just have to be able to frazzle him a little bit to get him out of that.
And the worst thing about it, nickels is okay for him. But it's when you start getting to the dimes and then when you go to the dollar, that's where he's not willing to wait.
Right.
See where those openings come. And that's where he can throw with accuracy, but can he throw with anticipation?
Did you ever block for a mobile quarterback?
She blew me a kiss.
Yeah. Troy was mobile. He just chose not to be. Troy was very mobile. He just chose not to be.
But did you ever block for somebody that
Troy
would?
That's why Troy had to leave Oklahoma. They were running that wishbone.
Well, he wanted to be known as a throwing quarterback. Hold on, who that blew a kiss at you?
Right
Jay?
here, her right here, right here.
Which one?
Right here. Look at that. Blow me another one. Blow me another one.
Yeah.
Busy day on the tours today.
And her husband's scared to say something.
He better be. He better let him blow them kisses at me. He don't want that smoke.
But did you play with anybody that would?
No, all our quarterbacks, they prefer throwing that
pocket.
ball. Yeah, they want to throw that ball, and we Jimmy didn't even want to go down that road, man. It's like I need throwers. Even Rodney Pete, he was a thrower. They wanted to throw the rock. So we knew where the pocket was. We would rarely ask that question, well, what do you do with a mobile quarterback? Well, we send them to another team.
How much does it at all, Eberflus being, obviously the system's changed since he left, but knowing the players, is that going to give him any kind of advantage on defense or insight? Will they pull him into the offensive meeting rooms and say, hey, how should we attack these guys?
The only person he better try to attack is the quarterback.
Yeah.
I've always believed this. When you coaches switch and this and that and all, I never bought into that. We had coaches leaving every year or coming every year. The only person that I know that if things went haywire, it's because Troy had a bad day. They affected Troy. Now, whether that was blitzing through our offensive line, not blocking right, affect the quarterback, and you can say, wow, man, Eberflus knew what to do. But if they come in here and run the ball for 200 yards, what are we going to be saying? Man, that Eberflus, man, is it the players? If he throw for 300. Another thing, while it's on my mind.
Go ahead.
I was talking to Isaiah. A lot of guys like to motion. Mm-hmm. But I get a feeling that Ben Johnson, it is truly it ain't that he's trying to see whether it's man or zone. He already know what Coach Eberflus going to do. Coach Johnson already know. So when he's motioning, is it to get a guy open, or can you pick on a certain guy? So explain that.
So it's for him, it's a way of life.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
You can't turn on a film where he's not shifting emotion.
Right.
Every play. That's a part of his offense.
Right.
And what it does is it does give the quarterback the signs, right? Because if he motion across and you run across, I know. And see, that's the new age. The new age offensive coordinators have really been taking the thinking out of football.
Right.
For the quarterbacks. Primarily because they don't think in high school. They don't think in college.
Yeah.
The guy gets to the line of scrimmage in high school or college, they go. They look to the sideline. And then someone from the sideline tells them where to go with the ball. Watch a college football game.
Bro, that's all it is.
They go.
They got
and everybody look to the sideline. And somebody hold up a card.
And then they got another guy over hollering a number.
Right? And then they go, okay. So they get to the league and nobody do that in the league. And now they like, well, what the hell do I supposed to do? I can't look to the sideline. So what the new age offensive coordinators have been doing is
merging.
They have been using this motion. They have been using these different formations to basically say, here's what we're going to see. When I motion, if they do this, the ball should go here. Yeah. Just take it there. I don't need you to start doing other stuff.
Right.
If they do this, ball should go here. I don't need you trying to have to figure this whole thing out. So they're eliminating some of that guesswork. And so that Ben Johnson is a part of that age group of, I'm going to do the dirty work for you. In the play calling, in the play design, you just play the percentages. 75% of the time when I do this, they do that, here's where it's open. Go there. That's what they've been doing.
And the thing, and I know a lot of people don't agree with me, the offensive line is not bad to me. It gets bad.
Tackles a little leaky.
The tackles are a little leaky, but it gets bad as the game go on. Mm-hmm. You know,
they get tired.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. We'll figure it out. But they get. To me, they just don't seem bad, especially if coach put enough runs in there. And I feel the same way about our offensive line. I mean, what I'm beginning to see, what I'm seeing a lot in the league, y'all, we ain't the only one hurting for tackles. No. It ain't but about 7 or 8 teams that got a true a pair of tackles, let alone a backup. The league is hurting for tackles. Moms, dads, if you got a big one out there, you better get him some feet.
I told the guys in the barbershop the other day, because we were talking about, offensive line. Can't block it out. I said, listen. Part of the reason why other leagues like the USFL don't succeed because they can't find offensive linemen, they can't find quarterbacks. So if you don't have those, you can't really have a passing offense. But I told the guys in the barbershop, I said, you guys work in the people business. Nothing but people walk through that door every single day. In a month, how many 6'3", 4, 5, 325 people walk through that door?
One.
And they're like, none. Mm-hmm. I'm like, don't give me the fat dude who's just 300 pounds. Like, just because he's fat doesn't mean he can play football, right? But give me the 6'2", 6'3", 6'6". I said, think about it. There is 32 teams in the National Football League. Talking about tackles, right? And there is 2 on each team that you kind of got to do the math. They're just not 300-pound dudes that just. How many times did you walk throughout the day? Now, Kurt, you're in this building, so you walk past 6'5" dudes all day long. Yeah. But just go out, go to the mall, and find me a 6'3", 300-pound
And usually,
dude.
if you do, they are playing a professional sport somewhere.
And usually. You know what's so amazing?
Or they're a bouncer at a club.
We keep running into this problem, me and my uncle, is a lot of these are one-parent homes where you do have this spit kid. And mama directing him towards basketball. Bruh, your 6'3", 6'4" baby is 300 pounds. He's not going to make it in the NBA. But they bigger than everybody else, and in high school they dominate. Then all of a sudden they have no offers. Well, what happened? Well, remember when Coach came to you 2 years ago and said, I could use your baby.
Yeah.
He could have had a career. Mama, direct him the other way.
Free school.
Come on. And he'll take care of you. Yeah, go to school with him. Like Dion fighting parents now. Go to school with him. Drop him off to his classes. For real.
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, let's talk a little bit about the Cowboys defense and what to expect with the new guy in town. Will we see him, and how much of him will we see this weekend? On Hangin' with the Boys. Be right back.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by 7-Eleven, where there's a $5,000 winner every single day. Shop with 7 Rewards and play the in-app game for a chance to win $5,000 in cash. New daily cash winners only at 7-Eleven. Are you next? No purchase necessary. Ends 1/6/2026. U.S. and D.C. ages 16 and over. For full official rules and free gameplay, go to 5k-day.com/rules. I need to pull my app up. I got gas the other day and didn't do my scratch offs.
Oh, gee, forgot about the show. Shannon, we got a show.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
Kurt.
You went straight to his phone.
I want that $5,000. Kurt.
Yes, sir.
You have a question right off the top. I'm going to let you explain it because I have a feeling you're going to get some smoke come at you for this question. From
Diggs or Clowney?
From the panel. Diggs.
Diggs. Well, I
Which
heard
Diggs?
this. Trevon, not the new father.
Yeah.
Stefan.
I got something in common.
Yeah.
87 kids.
Leave it in.
I'm not married to her with
Cardi
Cardi B, but you know. Hey, okay, so if you look back at Diggs' career, he went to Alabama as a wide receiver. Saban primarily played man defense when they switched him to cornerback. He came here. He's been playing man most of his time here with the Cowboys. Now he's being asked to play in a zone defense. On top of that, maybe they've hurried him back a little bit. So I kind of wonder, is Diggs being set up to fail, basically, given what they're asking him to do now?
I want to say, so what's a nice way to say yes? And this isn't intentional, right? This isn't an intentional like, hey, it's number 7, we're going to set you up to fail.
Right. No, they're not.
This is a situation where you brought in a defensive coordinator who historically has had a specific style defense that he plays and hadn't changed it up anywhere that he's went. And so what you hope is that the athlete is good enough to adapt to the new defense. Here's where I think the coaches are going wrong. You got to stop scheming up your system scheming up your system.
The players playing your system.
The players playing your system and you not playing to the player's strength.
Yeah.
Because it is clear right now, because it ain't just Diggs.
No.
You turn on the film and you go, did you not watch the film when Donovan Wilson shouldn't be playing in space?
Right.
And I've said this on this show, on the mini shows before. I think sometimes we think as NFL coaches as being the smartest people in the room sometimes. but we neglect the fact that they are also the most stubborn people in the room.
Because that's a common theme across the league. This is my system. This is how I'm going to run it.
And it's flawed.
Right. Was Dan Quinn pretty good? He was pretty good about
it up.
Right. He was pretty good about
switched it up.
Micah became
he realized,
a rusher,
you know
right?
what? I got to do something different.
Yeah.
And we had the same situation happen a couple years ago. Remember, the big free agent off-season free agent signing, we brought Brandon Carr in here. Brandon Carr was a zone corner.
Okay.
He was the opposite. Brandon Carr was a zone corner. And they asked him to play man. And that's when he had the game where he was like, "Somebody help me!" When Megatron was running all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So, and who was the defensive coordinator at that time? Chris,
was it Marinelli?
That's,
Or was it before Marinelli?
it might have been Marinelli.
2014.
And Marinelli was his own guy.
So you gotta be able to adapt. And so I don't think it's a purposefully setting Trevon Diggs up.
Yeah, Marinelli.
But it's setting Trevon Diggs up. It's setting a lot of these guys up to do things that they aren't comfortable doing. And I don't know if he came back too early. But there's a difference between being cleared and healthy to play and being physically, mentally ready to play. Because you can be cleared, but you don't necessarily trust yourself to do what you once did. Or, I've said this as well, this game takes away from you far more than you're willing to give. So in his mind, he'd be like, yeah, I'm going to turn and run. And the body go, yeah, sure. That's cool.
Running.
We're going to run. We just ain't going to do it as fast as we used to do it. And that's what happens every time you get cut open. You get cut open, they fix the problem when they get in there, but it doesn't make you better. Yeah. It's impossible. It's impossible to break something, a ligament, a bone, and then all of a sudden they repair it. Mm-hmm. It's not new.
Yeah.
It's used. It's worn. So you don't come back, I'm stronger than I've ever been. No, you haven't.
He played 27 snaps, 43% in the first game, and 61 snaps, 91% in the second game. So pretty good leap for a guy who's ramping up.
The bottom line is, if you have someone better, you put them in. If you don't, you got to make adjustments as a coach. That's why I'm telling people I'm not going to kill Donald, for not for his lack of area range. But only thing you'll hear me say about Donald is you at least got to line up and try now. You got to line up. If it's 3 receivers on this side and you playing zone and there's 1 on this side, you don't stay in the middle of the field. You purposely get your behind over to that 3 side. You got to, because you don't have the speed. It's about knowing who you are and what you can do. I'm like, okay.
Don't try to disguise it, right?
Don't disguise. You don't have that type of speed. Mm-hmm. So now, if coach put him in that position again, now you're going to see a different Nate. Now I'm going to be like, come on, Eberflus. You did this again? No, you didn't. First time, try for me. I'm a coach. That's how Coach Johnson coached. That's how Coach Landry coached. This is the coaches I'm dealing with. Hey, man, try what I'm asking you. And then, okay, now, I hate to say this, you can't do it. I know you want to stay on the field, but not in this situation.
Yeah. All right, two questions before we get out of here. Getting the 1,000-mile stare. 1,000-mile stare.
Yeah.
2 quick questions before we get out of here.
But do you agree with that, Jay?
Yes, sir.
The first time as a player, you have to try. If you see I can't do it, we either change the defense to help me out, or I have to leave the field. And I ain't leaving the field, so I'm going to be talking to you all week, man. We got to change the thing.
What can we expect to see out of Clowney this week? Significant playing time, some play time, situational?
If it's 15 plays or less, that's all pass rush.
What would you do?
How do you play them? Where do you play them?
Defensive end.
Who comes out?
Like
you don't care.
My thing is that
pick one. Huh?
And here's the even crazier part about it. I don't know if he's going to play or not this week. You would want him to because you signed him and you want to see him on the field. But again, no offseason. None. Zero. None.
No contact.
Nothing.
For sure.
10 rush play.
And even this week, they did a walkthrough yesterday on a Wednesday. And I get they went to overtime on the Sundays, and, more playing time, I get it. So coach is trying to take care of legs and bodies, and so did a walkthrough on a Wednesday. They're doing shells today.
So that's one practice.
Where is he getting ready to ramp up to go into a game?
Yeah.
Right? Like where is the
Man, he got 10 rushes.
I don't know if this is even a week that you might put him out there.
Just keep him.
He's a mercenary. 10 rushes.
Okay.
10, he's a mercenary.
Does he get
3-year-old mercenary?
Does he get paid this week no matter what?
Yes,
He's on the
sir.
active roster.
Once he signed that,
Once he signed on the
So
dotted
they
line.
so they're
once he signed the dotted line, he
so
got
they're
this week.
They're going to want him to play.
I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you sit another defensive end because you may not get much out of him? So you need that other guy you have to subtract somewhere else, I guess.
If he's on the active roster, he will play. And if you don't feel like he's ready, you don't have to put him on the active roster.
Yeah, but do you sit James Houston, or do you have to go somewhere else?
Nah, you gotta go somewhere. Honestly, you're gonna go somewhere else, not even in that group. You're gonna go somewhere else like who got more wide receivers? How many wide receivers y'all got over there? Yeah, we might not be bringing
They
one
need
up
an
this
extra defensive end.
Right. Because if he can't go, then I need that rotation to still be there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I can't cut guys from that
Right.
situation. Maybe a linebacker. You need all your DBs. So the only place you can either go is you have to go defensive line, receiver, running back, or tight end.
Do we have an extra
Schoonmaker.
spot?
Yeah, you got Schoonmaker. So go ahead. He ain't doing nothing anyway. Let's go ahead and
Boy, somebody in Michigan guy.
Put him in the burn unit.
it'll be all right.
Baylor's accepted.
All right. Well, I had another question, but we'll have to wait till tomorrow because it was a good one by Kurt. So we'll table that till tomorrow. Phone calls maybe tomorrow.
Sure.
Score predictions for sure. Everybody here tomorrow, Friday.
Well, yeah, man.
All right.
Lord, say the same.
Jesse, good seeing you. Nate, good seeing you. Kurt,
Good stuff
seeing
today,
you. Thanks
man.
thanks
Yeah.
for coming back to the show.
Glad to be here.
Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air. Josh, thanks for keeping him company.
Don't forget them wipes.
Someone help the other folks in the back because they struggling with our show. They can't get the names right. They can't get the people right. Y'all pray for them in the back. See y'all tomorrow.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!